Salutations. This is your day from bad jokes from B. Just was saying this. Why do chicken coops have two doors? Because if they had four, they'd be called chicken sedans. I know, I'm sorry, that's terrible. Anyway, sorry, just a little levity because it's early in the morning here. Anyway, wanted to talk a little bit about something, and this is really making a conglomeration, of the information that I've been able to get ascertained as far as my experiences themselves, and some things that I underestimated, and I've been able to evaluate more, and more information is always coming in to me. I mean, as far as like spiritually or through them, things of that nature. So anyway, it's the sentient nature of these craft, these organic craft that I've been on board. Now, one of them would be this one here that I've talked about extensively. That's a good one to think about. And that one was very much organic. And another one that would be this one. That's a separate experience that is the bridge type of a thing that had the wormholes that were opening and closing in it, all right? These would be actually, now I can tell you, paths of coherency to other universes. So anyway, the nature of the sentienceness and the symbiotic connection that these craft actually have with not just the crew, but me myself as an experiencer, with many of you that will be on board one, is that the fact that for me, I was walking around this craft with suffering from this temporal aphasia, very sick, yes, but I wasn't being escorted by these beings. I mean, they're very present all the time, yes, and they're kind of in your mind type of thing, telepathically, but I wasn't being escorted. I'm just kind of more moving around trying to figure out how to get to room and explore without losing my cookies and throwing up. But the fact is that they're not escorting me, but the way I always had a presence with me, I know now it was the craft itself. And we're dealing with these craft. I've already told you how they're constructed in several of these videos, in several lectures now, at least what the ones I've been on board are constructed of. The metal that is mined on planets that are devoid of Van Allen belts and atmospheres, and how the solar radiation that hits the metals on such planets is far more durable, with another combination which is a type of a quasi-crystal combination that is similar to what our science is showing now in growing crystals in an environment like that, laboratory crystals with different lattices. And the next thing would be fungus. And I'm not even going to go into that again. There's too many videos I've done about that. The fungus component, another the symbiotic component. Then you've got the DNA. The last component is the DNA of the crew, and how that is grown over a micro wormhole, or over a wormhole, a singularity, I guess would be the word we could use. Anyway, so how that makes the engine itself is temporally displaced. So I've talked about this quite a bit, but now I can tell you that the engine, the heart, and the brain of the craft are not the separate things that I was thinking that they are. When you're on board a craft like this, we're dealing with a craft that is coming from another universe. Just like this one. I've showed you before what this one did and what I saw it do in the sky after I had been on board it, how it morphed into that Merkaba type of a thing. So what you're dealing with, an engine that, or the brain of the craft that can actually choose the path of best coherency for going into another universe. And what I saw this thing do is unfold into an unfoldment of pattern into the universe it was going to, which looked like that Merkaba that I've showed you before in many other videos. All right, so that's what I had to recognize I was dealing with when I started talking to astrophysicists and quantum physicists. I've talked to a few now that take what I'm saying very serious, because this did happen to me. And when they start throwing numbers at me and things, they're showing me and telling me that I was dealing with entities and a species from another universe and other universes. And we deal with that. We have to take into expand our horizons as far as everything is just dimensions, we think all the time. And we hear people talking about dimensions so much. But the truth is, dimensions in this universe are going to be based on the spin. Everything's based on the spin in this universe. The electron going around the proton, all that's a spin, all the way to the spherical, and you see how spherical this universe is. The galaxies, the planets, everything's spherical here. So you go into another universe, you're dealing with different geometric patterns. like ones that might be cubical, pyramid, hexagon, such as this. Remember this engine I've showed you before in a different experience, how this had the fullerene at the base. I've done other videos about this. Check out the UFO Technologies on the YouTube channel. Anyway, so this is also a way to contain this life energy, but that's how they're doing it from another universe. How this technology, this ship, is bringing life energy, conscious brain waves from the creator, from that universe to this. They're using geometric patterns. So you've got universes based on total different geometric patterns, especially if you look at ancient geometry, basing all the way down to different types of matter that they can be using also. So these type of life forms are going to be completely different, completely foreign to our perception. And they're meeting us halfway when they're unfolding through these makos, these wormholes coming through to the other side. So that is something I just want to stress enough. So this craft knows me. It scanned me. It scans you when you're on board. Not just, I think your soul life memories is what it accesses. And when I say soul life memories, we're dealing with some of us that are from galactic species, are not just as immortal souls. We're not just dealing with Pleiades, the Sirius, the the Lyra. We're dealing with extra galactic type of contact, like me. But it's not even that. It's grander than I thought. When we start throwing quantum physicists in this, and calculations, these are other universes I'm dealing with, not just other galaxies. It's gone beyond extragalactic. So when these guys told me they were the extragalactic interdimensional cooperative alliance, they're telling me they're from another universe, as well as like things like Xandar had told me, that insectoid, putting in my mind and going 900 million light years out beyond the exo-space-time continuum. What the hell does that mean? That's another universe. I get it now, much more. Sorry, a little buzz from the wind humming there. Must be an omen. Anyway, so anyway, I wanted to impress that on people, how much that. So on board this craft, and the fact that the wormhole and everything, how old are these space organisms? How old does a space organism live to be? I think some of these craft may be thousands of years old. And when we're on board and it's scanning like it scanned me, and so it's scanning my soul life memories, some of these were incarnations I may have had in other universes that I can't perceptually put together right now. So think about that. I mean, like when I said the other universes, not just the different geometric shapes, think about things like liquid metal and the different things that they may have that are life forms in that type of a universe, and how many of them are all connected. It's a whole nother thing going on, all right? Anyway, that is the majority of what I'll say. So another engine here. So I believe these are not just power sources. I've showed you this engine before, as I've shown you this one before. All right, and what this thing is doing is actually has the ability, although it wasn't this craft, I'm sure that the technology is the same. It has the ability to actually access something that is similar to. So I'm getting really excited here. To actually access something like this, which is this, and it takes me to something else that I'm going to be trying to study and find out more, which is bringing the macro to the micro and seeing each one of these wormholes I was seeing opening and closing. How is that taken, and how is the ship actually using that to transport itself through from the inside of the ship out? I mean, how does that work? It's a very extensive technology we're talking about here, but not the way I would think that you would think first organic technology would work, and a sentient craft. So when we talk about sentient craft, it's more than just them being alive like the living organisms I've talked about on this channel before, the critters and things that have been found. Things can be seen on the infrared and look like flagellum and amoeba in our atmosphere. They're very much alive too, going all the way to that the stuff that was seen around the NASA Tether incident. All those seem to be more microorganisms, space organisms perhaps, but not to the degree of what we're talking about here. Something that's grown, engineered to a sentient level, and is some type of a space organism that can use these makos, and that's just what it does. It's kind of interesting. I think it kind of takes us into that, not Star Trek Enterprise, Star Trek Discovery, is it? they had a couple episodes. I only watched the first season or two of that, but they had a tardigrade that they were using for an engine, a type of tardigrade creature that they were using to choose the space routes and to access wormholes, I believe. So that's not too far off when you look at the tardigrades itself. Goes into cellular suspension and is impervious to cosmic radiation and capable of interstellar travel itself. That's heavy, yo. So I think somebody's onto it right there. So this isn't quite the same thing, but that same type of a sentient choosing of pathways to other universes and able to change and unfold itself to match its destination. That's what I saw. Are you feeling me now? I gotta get going, y'all. But here it is again. So when I saw this unfold into the Merkaba, I've showed it too many times, I need to show you it all again. But when it actually looked like the Merkaba itself, it looked like a light went out in the sky, and I saw the shape of it, the shadow of it, then it's gone. That's what I was seeing it do before it accessed one of these wormholes, accessed one of these Makos. All right, that's what it was doing, to where it looked like it would have a pattern of unfoldment that matched its destination origin. Boom! That's what I'm saying. So we're dealing with crafts like that. Yes, it's a little different. Sorry, it's not like the Greys thing. We're dealing with higher dimensional beings, higher vibrational beings for real. That's what I've had to deal with. I've tried to understand why in the hell HE double hockey sticks I had to witness all that stuff, but I'm getting it more now, getting to the gist of it, and it's through communication, through stuff like this. I'm talking to real people now. It's behind the scenes that are educated scientists that are helping me understand what I experienced, that take this serious because they're seeing it's real. So please subscribe, please hit the notification button so you get notified if I put out new videos. Thank you to everybody on Patreon. That is why these videos have been going on for over a year now. Thank you. Please subscribe once again. Please share the video. Appreciate all the nice comments I've been getting, positive comments. Please talk amongst each other and keep meeting each other through my platform. It's the greatest honor I could get. Somebody told me recently, sent me a message saying, hey, I met a lot of people on your platform that are like me on the same vibe. So thank you very much. That's honors what I'm doing. Peace.